Good day, you damn gorgeous son of a bitch. It's time we do another video. Today, what I'm going to be doing is going for the IronMan challenge in World of Warcraft. I'm going to get straight to the point because I'm going to try and keep these videos short as there's going to be quite a long series. So, the aim of the IronMan challenge, very simple. Get to level 100 using only basically white equipment. Essentially shocking equipment, if you don't know what that is. I'm not allowed to die. If at any point I die, that character gets deleted and I've got to roll a new one. Now, a couple of things I want to quickly point out before we do get going, and I am going to rush through these. One, I am having technical issues galore. My webcam has died, hence this setup here. So apologies about the quality going on up there. Two, my computer's decided it wants to be a real noisy motherfucker today. So there is a slight hum, I just can't get rid of it. I've tweaked the noise gate so much, there's nothing else I can do. Sorry guys. Three, I actually recorded this yesterday. I put it on YouTube, and then my phone rang. I didn't realise this properly during the recording, like didn't pay any attention to it. YouTube muted my entire video because my ringtone was copyright. Motherfuckers. So, we're redoing it again today. I've deleted the character I had. As you can see, we've got nothing in front of us. I'm just going to completely randomise it. I'm going to go create a new character, whatever we get. The class, anyway, we're going to roll with. I'm going to pick the race. Let's just jump straight into it. He says, and doesn't actually click the button. Alright, it's a chamois. That's alright, that's actually what I was rolling with yesterday. We're going to go orc though. Got to have them muscles. All about the muscles. I'm going to very quickly customise as to what I want. Now, where them red eyes? Want them eyes that gleam into your soul. Yeah, that's what we want. I'm also going to spend time in this video, just because, it's my video. I get to say whatever I want, do whatever I want. Yeah, I very basically just want to, oh crap name. So, orc, it hurts. Done. Yeah, so being this the first video in the series, like I said, I'm going to try and limit them to around about 20-25 minutes a hit. I'm going to talk about my personal experience with WoW. That seems like a pretty good starting place. We're starting out fresh. Look, see, I told you I was having technical difficulties. Look how long this is taking to load. Does not bode well. Does not bode well. Also, I'm exceptionally tired because I've just finished a monstrous shift and decided I want to get this published today. So yeah, coming off of a big old long night shift, and I'm trying to be energised and hyped, and I'm shattered. Right. Okay. Oh god. Right, hang on. Quickly. Right, just before I get started, because no doubt some rules Nazi. Oh, by the way, all the rules for this IronMan challenge, they're going to be in the description below, or at least there's going to be a link to it, just so you can make sure I'm not cheating and whatnot. The only add-on that I'm using, and I will check this is the only one turned on in just a moment. What the hell am I looking for? Sorry people, 1 second. Where's auto loot? There it is. Okay. The only add-on that I'm using... Wait, what the fuck, am I a warrior? Alright, turns out I'm a warrior. I totally thought I was a shaman, but... Fuck it, we're doing it as a warrior. I ain't got no issue with that. I actually prefer that decision. Okay, fair enough. Oh, that was it, my add-ons. Yeah, the only thing that I've got turned on is for my Naga, because I'm sure as hell I'm not doing this without my Naga. If I've got to grind through 100 levels with only white gear, I'm using my damn mouse. Alright. I'm actually well happy that I'm an accidental warrior. Let's get rid of that, because we don't want that. Yeah, so like I say, I kind of want to talk about it in the first video. I figure a nice little getting off starting point is going to be talking about my experience with WoW. I originally started playing WoW back in Burning Crusade. I would have joined in vanilla. I really wanted to join during vanilla. Like, from the moment I saw the first trailer, I wanted to get on board with this. And I'd played Warcraft 3. I hadn't played 1 or 2. Just Reign of Chaos and... oh god, what's the actual Arthas one called? But he's in Reign of Chaos, but what's the expansion called? Whatever, I'm putting it on I'm Tired. We're going with that. Yeah, so you know, I was familiar with the universe. Still can't believe Warcraft 4's not rocked out. But I joined during Burning Crusade, and the reason I didn't join during vanilla was because of where I used to live. I think I killed too many boars. I used to live somewhere that's so remote we could not even get 56k dial-up. Alright, that's remote for you. Like, how am I meant to pwn noobs with 56k dial-up? This is not gonna happen. Can't do no raiding, can't do squat. Probably walk into like Orgrimmar back in the day and just kill the computer. So yeah, I ended up joining during Burning Crusade when I was at college. And I joined actually with a few friends, and I started on Horde, funnily enough. My first ever character was a Blood Elf Pally, who I eventually got to max level. But I'm saying a lot of ums today. You just have to forgive that as well. I'm semi trying to focus. It's been a long time since I've done this. There I go again. Since I've done this starting zone. But yeah, I joined with a few friends from college. We weren't 100% like how to find each other back then, because we all joined at the same time. Now, kids, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you some schooling. Back in my day, there was this thing that came with games called a manual. We all sat in a room together. I think there was 6 of us, and we read the manual for what is now vanilla, and for Burning Crusade back to back, like cover to cover, you know. And then we sat there, we discussed it face to face, you know. But we still weren't sure, like, oh, how are we going to find each other, etc., etc. Because we all want to be different races and whatnot. We're pretty much split between Blood Elves and Undead, though. So yeah, what we actually did, we all just did a play on our surnames as our character name. So, for example, one of my mates, his surname was Chung, so he called his character Chungy. My surname is Dodds, called my character Dodsy. That kind of stuck. That's how we all did it, how we all had to find each other. And back then, again, we had to walk, man. And because we were the Blood Elves, we got the raw end of the deal. We didn't know about that translocation or the sitting in Silvermoon. No one told us about that. So we walked. We ran through dangerous territory. We died countless times, but we found our comrades. So that's who I started with. Started with Pally. I've always loved Paladins. I've still got a max level 1 at the moment, even though I'm on a different account to what I used to be on then. So yeah, I played a Pally for a couple of months, got him quite high. Like I said, I don't think I level capped him. I then switched over to a Hunter, and I pretty much mained a Hunter for the entirety of BC. We all got into a really good guild, which unfortunately now is long gone. Probably the best guild I've ever been in though. And yeah, I was actually really lucky, and I was fortunate enough to get a chance to raid Karazhan. And yeah, we should not have been raiding Karazhan, mind. Like, any elitist out there would have been looking at us in fucking stitches and tears of like poor coordination and whatever else. And back then, here we go, I'm going proper old man today. Back in my day again. Back in my double day. That's what we're going for. Holy shit, I've been defeated by cacti. Yeah, we because when you bring up the map, obviously, you know, you get a nice little map of where you are, and a feature that Blizzard added later was that you could see a map when you're in a dungeon, and a raid, etc, etc, and they've added maps for those original dungeons and raids in recent years. But when we were raiding Karazhan, and it was the same with Wailing Caverns, and I'm going to tell you right now, I shit you not, we had one of our dudes in the guild sitting there, pen and paper, drawing that shit out. And then, you know, he'd scan it into his machine and email us. So like, we pretty much mapped Karazhan on pen and paper. I just wish I still had that email, because I'll be plastering that on the screen right about now. And then yeah, funny story. When we cleared Karazhan, I think it took us a good month or so to actually clear, and that doesn't sound. I say it doesn't sound too bad these days. Actually, that sounds really, really slow. But back then, guys, you know, you didn't have the elitism that you kind of do with WoW these days, and yeah, that was pretty quick progress considering we were a complete group of tosspots, and we were just online having a laugh, enjoying each other's company. Yeah, somehow we got through, and when we killed... Oh, hang on, let me back up. You remember what I said I was maining during BC? I started on my pally, but I was maining a hunter. And I geared my hunter, got my hunter to level cap long before my pally got to level cap. Why am I not going over and dealing with this dude? And yeah, at the time, our guild's main tank was a Guardian Druid. Now, I don't remember exactly. You son of a bitch. This is not even your starting area, and you just killed my mob. So, someone gonna get penetrated. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so, we had a Guardian Druid as our main tank. Now, I can't exactly remember. I'm pretty sure they just got a nerf. So, hey, that was a pretty quick respawn. Thank you very much. They'd either just got a nerf or something was going on. You know, for some reason he could not perform. And I'm not talking the sort of thing where you need a little blue pill. So the guild were there, and they were saying, look, and the guy could tank. You know, I'd leveled with him and seen him in dungeons and stuff. And you know, I know dungeons are different to raids, but the guy knew what he was doing. The principle's the same job. So when we got to Karazhan and we found we were really struggling, go to sleep. Oh, bollocks. The guild was like, look, anyone else want to step up and be our tank? Has anyone got another class that's either at or near level cap that they're comfortable tanking on? And I was like, yeah, I'm a step up, because I love playing prop pally. You know, tank pally, that was the shit back in the day. From the looks of Legion, that's going to be shit hot as well, but I bet that gets nerfed. So yeah, I stepped up. We got geared, or I got geared pretty quick with the help of the guild. Geared enough to do the job. Got through, we smashed it. Alright, we absolutely wrecked Karazhan once I got geared. And yeah, on the final boss, was it Juraxis? I'm pretty sure it's Juraxis, the demon guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, it's one of them ones. Anyway, we killed him. And can you guess what fucking dropped? I've been maining a hunter, and the goddamn bow dropped. even more so, I was maining a Blood Elf Hunter. That is a fucking Blood Elf Hunter bow if I've ever seen one. Could I have got in on that shit? Hell no. Because we had one other hunter who was in that raid, he was like, yeah, jacked. There was nothing I could have done, I was a tank anyway. Man, I was fucking livid. You know, back then, back in my younger days, I was a bit more angry. I was screwing, man. I was like, I could not believe of all the things to drop, it was the goddamn bow. You know, whereas these days I'm pretty cool with it. Someone gets a nice bit of loot, even if it's something I want, I'm just like, yo, grats, dude, well done. You lucky, lucky son of a bitch. I'm probably doing these quests in a bad order, but I'm blaming the distraction of talking and the distinct lack of sleep. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So, moving on from BC, because I've spent, what is that, I've spent like 16 minutes talking about BC. The golden years. Yeah, going through Wrath is where I first dropped out of WoW while playing Wrath. Didn't get to raid ICC, and coincidentally obviously didn't get to raid Ulduar, because I'm pretty sure Ulduar was the last raid from Lich King. I'm sure it was. Someone's probably going to correct me on that. And still need to find these peons, man. I hate this peon quest. There's one of them. And if you jack it, you're going to get smacked. He's level 100. He ain't going to jack it. Yeah, so dropped out during Wrath. Came back during Cataclysm. Actually, that's a lie. I came back before Cataclysm because I got into the beta for Cataclysm, and that is what brought me back. And let me tell you, I mean, I've played a decent amount of betas for several different games, and man, that Cata beta, oh damn, was that bugged. I felt like I was back in school. The amount of typing I was doing, them trouble tickets were crazy. My job involves me writing trouble tickets, and I'm pretty sure I did more day in, day out during Cataclysm than I actually do at work, man. There were so many bugs. But yeah, it got me back into it. So I played for the start of Cata, didn't make it to Spine or anything like that. By that point, my guild had already disappeared. They lost... Did I just walk past a sleeping peon? They lost their way, or they at least disbanded in Wrath. So yeah, it wasn't around for Cata too long, just a few months. Then came back during MOP, probably the last 9 months of MOP. No, it was longer than that. Might have been the last year of MOP. I can't remember how long MOP ran for. Anyway, it was a long time. But I did not come back on, because obviously, being an English boy, I've been playing on EU servers this whole time. When I came back to MOP, I was in the process of, and then ended up, moving to Canada. So I played everything in MOP on a US account that I obviously picked up. Now, how far did I... So I did well in MOP actually, especially being out in Canada. You know, I didn't really know anyone, so any downtime and not looking for work and stuff like that, I just spent raiding. I used to be a really heavy raider, these days not so much. Have I done this peon quest? I have. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so what did we clear? We cleared Throne of Thunder, we cleared Siege of Orgrimmar on Heroic, both of them on Heroic. So I was pretty pleased with that. You got Funky Heirloom that you get from Garrosh, the weapon. And then Draenor dropped, and played Draenor, raided the first few bosses of Heimel, and and that's when I moved back to the UK. So the group that I was with, the guild that I was with, sorry. I'm not waiting for this charge, man. That has taken too long. We didn't clear High Mall by the time that I left WoW, because I moved back to the UK. When I came back, I tried to get my original EU account back, because like, what's the point in still playing on a US realm? You know, I want to come back to the EU, see my old characters. I'm actually curious. I might look for my old character in the armory later, just see if he still exists. Although, if I haven't logged into him, will he be on the armory? Time will tell. So yeah, I spoke to Blizzard. The biggest problem I had, getting my old EU account back was I'm not sure if it was the domain had expired on the email, but I'd lost full access to that email. There is no way that I'd ever be able to get back into it. And despite sending Blizzard like copies of my passport and driving license to prove I'm me, they just couldn't give me access, which really sucked. So yeah, I ended up just grabbing a new account. You know, you can pick up every X pack up to Draenor at the moment for like 10 quid. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna drop a 10 on it, and then obviously dropped full retail for Draenor. Got myself a cheeky little 90 boost, and when Legion come along, I was like, pre-order this shiz, get myself a cheeky little 100 boost as well. So I've got a couple of boosted characters now, which is kind of nice. And yeah, that's I've not been equipping fuck all, have I? It might be why I'm killing stuff so slowly. Do I have a belt? No, but you are 5. So yeah, that's kind of my experience with WoW. Pretty much up to date, which it's been pretty cool. And we're running close to the time limit I did. Let's go get this pick. We're gonna go twat these guys. Oh, we gonna twat them, boy. Give me some burning blade medallion too. And we'll take it from there. Now I read a crazy ass news story this morning as well. So actually I read 2, and I'm gonna talk about them. Why am I going to talk about it? Because I already told you, it's my video, man. Talk about what I want. So yeah, of all the things to get into the fucking news, this shows how British this like country still is. Okay, so we're probably the most multicultural country, if not in the world, definitely in Europe. Okay. However, there was a news story that I read today about the proper way to eat scones. Okay, so there was actually a vote that went out, and it was, do you put the cream on first or do you put the jam on first? Okay, now just before you get ahead of yourself and get to exactly what I thought when I was reading this. Remember, the nation voted, or at least they got as many people as they could to vote on this. And I'm pretty sure cream won, and then jam went on top of the cream. Like it was pretty close vote. Now I could be completely mistaken, but when you have a scone, do you not eat it like a sandwich? So you got the 2 bits of the scone. Do you not put cream on one side, jam on the other side, and just put it together? Does it really matter what's on top and what's on bottom? Load of bollocks. Absolute load of bollocks. That is in the paper, man. You know, think about everything that's going on in the world at this point in time. We've got like the US elections. That's a whole other story, of course. We've got the EU referendum. But no, we're going to fucking report on what way should I eat my scone. Now, I don't know if you're meant to have this going like open face, but come on, man. So yeah, that kind of tickled me. The other story that I read that was kind of crazy was a story about the RSPCA. Now, I didn't fully read all the details. I kind of skimmed it. because it was a big article, and like I say, man, I'm tired. I should have been in bed like an hour, 15 minutes ago. And yeah, it basically was, there was a couple living together, and the dude was into his spiders. And when I say he was into his spiders, he had a collection of just shy of 50 tarantulas. Okay, now these are ranged in, I'm going to say breed, but species. The spiders breed. Yeah, no, so these are ranged in species and whatnot. And, you know, so you got big ones, small ones, venomous ones, harmless ones, all of them. Just like, I think every spider was a different species. Now, the dude, I don't know if he left her or if he just disappeared, but the woman, she was just stuck in a flat with 50 tarantulas. Okay, now, in my head, because I've had a tarantula, I had a chili rose. His name was Rusty, and he was fucking awesome. Very, very good temperament. How can you say that about a spider? But just let me tell you, he never once went for me. And I used to always pick him up. I was like, yo, check out Rusty. I laugh because it's fucking true. That's pretty much what I used to do with him, bless him. Poor sod, he died of old age. Anyway, again, I digress on that. Shit, what did I get to in the story? So yeah, whatever happened, this woman's left with these spiders. That was what I was talking about. The cages, or the vivs, is what they're called, that these are kept in. They're pretty decent size. Like, the smallest I've ever seen is kind of like a lunchbox. But I mean, I used to have quite a big one for mine. Like a good sort of foot deep. And then like maybe 2 foot wide, and you know. So I'm just imagining, like, if you think of my wall, just like a grid, and in every single box, spider. Because that would probably fit 50 vivs. You know, if you were to put them all next to each other and stack them. So yeah, this poor woman, who apparently is terrified or did not like, I don't know exactly which it was, spiders, is now forced to live with these. So what does she decide to do? She rocks up to the RSPCA and just dumps them off on them. Now, I don't mean to be funny, but people do not go to the RSPCA to get spiders. You go to get puppies and kittens, maybe a bunny rabbit or a guinea pig. That you do not go for a spider. Why would you not give that to like a reptile house? Like, fair play to the woman involved. You know, you've accepted that you can't look after them. Like, she wasn't feeding them. I think because she didn't like them, or because, as I said, she was terrified of them. So absolutely kudos to her for not just leaving them to die and, you know, giving them to someone who can help. But come on, man. The RSPCA can have a nightmare with that. And they were saying in the article, so when they interviewed the person from the RSPCA, I've never noticed this dude before. What is up with that chick's face? What the fuck is going on here? Yo, I'm gonna go back on my server and check this out. Is she... Okay, she's meant to be alive, but she's just got... Is that just a severe case of lockjaw? I mean, to be fair, he looks like a bit of a beast. I would not be surprised if that's lockjaw going on there. What the fuck? Yo, someone go check that on their server. Someone go and look at this. Give me a message. Let me know if she's doing that everywhere. Let me know if he's a lockjaw beast or not. Oh. But yeah, so the woman from the RSPCA is like, yeah, we're having to fatten them all up and feed them so they can find good homes. And man, I just don't see the RSPCA like finding a home for them, and that's a lot to feed. Because like, even though they live on insects and everything, That's not cheap. That is not cheap in the slightest. Alright guys, I've not actually been talking about what I've been doing in game really, aside from the occasional throwaway comment. But I figure now is a pretty good place to leave it. We've got to level 5. I've not died. That's a good start. Yeah, let's leave it here. I finished the starter zone, so our next course of action is to go over to Senjin. Things will start getting a bit more testing there, because everything in the starting zone, if you don't know, will not attack me unless I attack it. Whereas now, I'll be going off into the world. Things will look at me and go, God damn, that's one tasty looking orc. I'm gonna gobble him up. And it's going to come and start like gnawing on me. Hopefully not like this chick over here was gnawing on that dude, because that's clearly what's going on. I'm fucking set in my ways, that's what's going on. So yeah guys, let's leave it there. It's like half an hour, a bit longer than I wanted. And yeah, let's pick it up when I'm not so tired. Alright, catch you on the next one.